Hello? What it is? So I did the video on the main channel of the squatting thing from the other day, and it didn't flop as hard as I thought that it was going to, but it did not do well either. It taught me that I shouldn't do it on the main channel, but it also taught me that enough people are interested in it that if I'm already going to be working out, which I am, if I could crank these videos out with, with very minimal effort where it didn't cut into real video time, then I don't see a reason not to document some of this. So this video is me trying that. It's not gonna be as edited as the other one because I straight up cannot spend the time to do that because it will cut into real video work time. So I just dropped the kids off at school, and I think today is going to be shoulder and triceps day, so like a push day. I didn't clean up anything after squat day, so that's fine, but I'm doing that right now. What are we gonna do today? Coming off 3 rest days in a row. Wow, honestly, I didn't even know that, so that's cool. I usually do a incline bench overhead press, cable lateral raises, reverse flies for the rear delts, overhead tricep extensions. Yeah, I'll just do basic boy tricep pushdowns as well. So we get 2 tricep movements and 3 shoulder movements. Why would this thing not tell me how much battery is left? Thank you. Duh. Looks like last time I did 100 pounds and then 120 and 120. I haven't decided if I want to say the weights that I'm lifting in this because I don't want it to come off like douchey or something. Like, yeah, I did this much. I also don't know what else I would talk about. So we're gonna do 100 pounds on the seated overhead press, which you already know. We gotta get the warm up in so I don't actually break my body. Clean up, clean up. Everybody, let's clean up. Clean up, clean up. Put our things away. I do think that standing overhead press is a lot cooler than the seated one, but also my ceiling in here is so low that if I had plates on the bar, even without having plates on the bar, I don't think I could really, my knuckles are touching. As long as you were just doing the bar, you'd be fine. But we're not, so I do it seated, which is great because I'm lazy anyway, so I can get my little bench. Bow. Finding the right spot for it is really the trickiest part. Lifting the weight is easy. It's figuring out where the freaking bench should sit is the hard part. It's way too far forward. It's super off center. I always do this. You wouldn't think it's that hard to put it in the middle, but apparently it is. I don't like to do my chair 90-degree vertical. It hurts my shoulders for some reason, and everything I saw online said it's totally fine to put it at an incline like this, just whatever your steepest incline you have that's not 90 degrees, so that's what I do. And hopefully the internet's right about that, because that's what I'm doing. If I do 50, that'll be 60, 70, 80. I feel like that's a good warm up. Yeah, we'll see if I can crank these types of videos out without really trying. Because like I said, I'm gonna work out either way. So if making the content based around it took almost no effort, then it would be fine to do. You know what I mean? It's really weird working out with no music. But since I'm recording this, I don't want to catch a copyright claim. What am I gonna put on royalty-free workout jam? My legs are 100% still sore from the squat video, so that's awesome. That was 3 days ago. On the off chance that anybody is a fitness nerd and was about to call out the fact that I don't have any trap movements in my shoulder day, I feel like my traps are already growing, and I don't want to actually look crazy like a Ninja Turtle or something. So I'm not gonna do any direct trap work anymore until everything else catches up and I don't look crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like my traps probably have had the most growth out of anything. I was doing barbell shrugs for a minute, but now I have stopped because they're growing too fast. 90, 100. I like when I get to use my cute little plates. These guys are so cute. 105, 110. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got one more. 10. All right, 105 times 10. Sheesh, it's hot in this room. In my rest time for the presses, I'm gonna do the reverse flies for your rear shoulders, rear delts. Don't skip the rear shoulders or else you end up looking like all your shoulder meat is on the front. You look like a caveman because you got nothing on the back. Especially since we all sit hunkered over on our phones all day like this anyways, it doesn't help. Let's see how much I did last time. This is why I have to write this all down or I would never know. Reverse flies, 15 pounds. And these are humbling, like 15 pounds is hard. It's just a small muscle in the first place and then it's just, if you haven't done it, you don't know. It's hard. The way I usually do these is raise this thing up, kind of like head-ish height. Getting this cable machine, the Costco Chris Hemsworth cable machine was 100% the best purchase ever. It's so good for, I mean, everything. I use it for so much. I usually get these longer handles. I have these ones that can be like super long or you can Velcro it in half. 15 pounds. You grab one, out and across, and you try to like line the direction up with the muscle fibers. Two, I know that's really confusing to say, but 3, oh, they're so hard. 4, that's what she said. 5, you have to be really careful not to use your triceps. 7, so you gotta lock your elbow. 8, and only pull with your back shoulder. 9, oh my God, it burns. 10, 11, wow. 12, oh my God. Oh, nope. 12 and a half. 15 times 12, baby. It's really good having no like toxic male pride because then you don't use too much weight. Like 15 pounds on that is more than enough for me. The whole ego lifting thing is really hilarious. Like guys they'll do like twice that weight because you can move it. You can definitely move it, but not like using the right muscles and with the right form. So you'll see guys like using twice as much weight, but then they're like, okay, never skip spine day. Lower the weight, it's fine. You're gonna be all right. Me trying to get different angles so it's not the same shot the whole time. The last time I did, oh wow, that looks so, according to my notes, last time I did these overhead presses, I did 120 for 8 reps, but like I just did 105 for 10 and it felt heavy. So I'm just gonna stick with 105. Maybe I was having like a way stronger day that day. I don't feel super strong today. You just gotta kind of go like listen to your body. And I mean, what is really the difference between a lighter weight for 12 reps, heavier weight for like 8 reps? As long as I'm going to failure, I kind of don't care that much within reason. I mean, if you're doing 40 reps of something, it's time to take the weight up. But like I try to aim for 8 to 12. I don't like to go over 12 reps unless it's like an isolation, like those cable reverse flies. Like I'll do up to 20 of those. I'm definitely kind of nerdy about this stuff though, so don't let me scare you off of just doing something. Just go do some push-ups. Like that's how I started. 8. 9, we got one more, come on. 10. Oh, I didn't think I had the last one. 105 times 10, that's what I'm saying. I felt exactly 0 reason to raise the weight on that. That felt heavy. I'm just having one of those days where like, I don't feel as strong as I have other times, which is totally fine. So I'm doing 3 sets of the shoulder movements, probably 4 sets of each tricep movement, but also maybe I'll change my mind when I get really tired here in a second. Triceps, one of my favorite things to work out, but I can't start on it yet. Overhead press, I'm pushing, which uses triceps as well. And I don't wanna like do a tricep thing while my tricep is still resting. Reverse flies, that's all I can really do right now. Or I could just sit here and be lazy, but like, I'm just not gonna do that. Also, the kids are only in school for like a few hours, like 3 hours right now. They're in summer school. I need to get this done so I can record there's like an update to that, what's that game? That's Not My Neighbor. I'll record that and then hopefully edit some on it, enough to make like a short or something, and then upload it tomorrow. I don't really know. Last time I grabbed it this way with my right arm on top, and it does change slightly the angle, so you just have to remember for the next time to to alternate. Like now my right arm is underneath. I can't stress enough that I'm just sharing tips that I think work for me. I'm not an expert or an authority. This is just a vlog. So take anything that it sounds like I'm giving advice, it's mostly advice for me. 11, oh my God, it's so hard. 12, wow. One more. 13, hold it. Oh, wow. I wouldn't know how to check if I have a rear delt pump. I don't even know what it looks like or where it is. Speaking of me not giving advice, let me give you some advice. I see a lot of people, like let's say that, for example, this movement, when they hit that last rep, it's so hard, and then when you're done, right? You're like, oh, you just drop it. Don't do that. Find that last rep, and when you're there, and then go as slow as you can on the last way down. You should always go slower on it's called the eccentric. It's like when you do a bench press, you go up, and on your way down, you should go slow. But especially that last rep, the one that hurts the most, really milk that eccentric, because that's when you're doing the most damage to your little muscle fibers, and that's what makes your muscles grow back bigger, the more you can tear them like that. From this front angle, you can really tell how wimpy my setup is. The bench is tiny, the squat rack is flimsy, my bar is short, everything, who cares? I already have way more than enough equipment compared to most people, so I'm very happy. And I don't have to go to the gym, which I love, because then I'd have to be around other people and talk to them. And the gym culture thing, like, it's just not for me. I was always gonna be a home workout guy. There was no question. All right, I did 10 reps and 10 reps, so 105 for hopefully 10, but I can already tell I'm feeling weaker, so it might be, we'll just take what we can get. If I go to failure, I don't care. I have nothing to prove to anyone but my shoulders. Also, if you guys see any form things you wanna give me advice about, please feel free to point it out. I do pride myself on good form on most stuff, but there's always ways to improve, and I'm not gonna just dismiss people giving advice. Now, I will fact check it, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the advice. You should fact check everything I'm saying as well. It's just, this is the internet. 7, one more. Come on. Wow. That last one was a grind, I try to push my head through like you're supposed to on overhead presses, but when you're seated, for some reason, it's hard not to just look up. And if I don't look up, also, I end up hitting the stand. How many was that? 8, and that was a hard 8. I don't know, all I try to concentrate on is not flaring my elbows. Try to keep them tucked in a little bit so I don't hurt my shoulders, but that's really about it. Reverse flies, last set, different angle. Sorry. Overhead press done. Reverse flies, one more set, and then we can start on the fun stuff. We just got back from a beach trip and I came back with a cough, so awesome. 3, it is really hard to lock your elbows on this. 4, and not use your triceps. 6, oh my God, it's hard. That's what she said. I said that every time, didn't I? 7, oh. 8, wow. I'm getting tired for sure. 9, I'm trying not to tweak my neck right now. 10, 11, it was really hard not to just drop it. If you're someone who has never exercised rear delts, try that, or the dumbbell one, where you like lay on a bench, or you can even just like bend over and do them. Try it, because if you have never like on purpose worked out your rear delt, it is a different type of ouchie. It's like an omega ouchie. I don't know how to explain it. You gotta try it. My head's chopped off, but, oh, I was zoomed in. Duh, just scooch it up a little bit, player. All right, now we're gonna do lateral raises. Lateral raises of any kind are probably one of my favorite movements. If you don't have cable machine, like I know most people don't, just use your dumbbells and Google the form, because it's easy to do it wrong. You would think it's just like very simple, but it's not. So Google the form. That goes for everything. The way I do mines, I learned the form that I use from Jeff Nippard, who is a guy on YouTube that you should definitely watch. So I put my pulley at about hip height, because it's gonna be the hardest when it's at a 90-degree angle of what you're working out. So we're doing our side shoulders. So this right here, that's a 90 degree. So it's hardest when you're starting, which is when it's the most stretched. I'm not gonna talk about this too much because I'm just regurgitating things I heard in Jeff Nippert's video, but when your muscle is stretched as far as it can be stretched, that's the most important part. That's when you get the most growth. So you want it to be hardest here, not hardest up here. That's why the dumbbell ones are not as good, in my opinion, as cables. Cables kind of kick the shit out of everything, though, to be honest. Last time I did 17 pounds, which is oddly specific. Okay, so it's set to 15 right now already. I have this little 5-pound weight that goes on top of the weight stack to like do more incremental weights. And since we're only using one pulley, it's half the weight. Like it's set to 30 pounds right now, but if you pull on one side, it's just 15. So confusing, I understand. So that 5-pound weight is now a 2.5 pound weight. So it's 17.5 pounds we're doing right now, but I just write down 17 because I'm lazy. Just ignore how off center, how off level this is. 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. Nope. I think I was literally stronger last time I worked out because I did 12 last time. 8, 9. I'm not trying to turn this into instructional, so I'm gonna definitely stop giving as much like form advice, and maybe I'll read comments with questions or something, but I don't want this to come off instructional because it's not. The good news is now we can do triceps while our shoulders are resting because they don't cross. I'm gonna start with my all-time favorite tricep movement, and honestly, probably one of my favorite exercises of all time in general. It's just called an overhead tricep extension, but like I heard someone call it a katana one since it's like you're drawing a sword. So now I'm not gonna not call it something as awesome as that. What's also great is you can keep the pulley in the exact same spot. I'm just taking the handle off, keeping the weight the same as well. Only 17 pounds, you don't need a lot. Let this be as stretched as you can to start out. 1, 7, like you're drawing a katana. 8, 9, didn't I just say I was gonna stop being instructional? 12, 13, come on. 14, nope. And then you could just switch sides just by turning around to face the other way. 5, 6, 12, 13, was it 14 I did? I can't remember, hopefully it was. If you're right-handed, start with your left arm first so you know when to stop. You know, like I could only do 13, 14, whatever it was, this, so I know to stop at 13 on this one, even though he could probably do a couple extra, but that way you don't end up with your right arm way bigger than your left arm or whatever. I know that seems like a no-brainer, but I never thought of it when I first started. Was that I'm gonna call it 13. I have no idea. See, now we can do lateral raises because this was resting while we were doing, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna edit this too. Like not keep in every single rep of every single set. Probably just the first set, I guess I will show the whole thing, and then after that I won't, I don't know. 8, 9, 10, wow. 9, 10, oh, nice and slow. Oh boy. Take this little handle back off. Do our triceps again. 12, 13, come on. Oh, nope. All right, other arm. 11, 12, 13, 17 times 13. One more set lateral raises, one more set overhead extensions, and then just the push downs And we done. It feels like I'm done right now for some reason. I feel so tired. Triceps are probably my favorite thing to work out just because it still feels very satisfying to like, it's like a satisfying workout, but it's just one little movement. You know, you can go about your day. Unfortunately, I do tack them on to other workouts. If it was just tricep day, that'd be so nice. I've done that a couple times. If I wasn't like energized enough to like do a whole thing, I'll just do triceps. You know what I mean? It's still better than not working out that day. Lateral raises. Me trying to find new places to put this camera amongst all the trash in this room is hilarious. 7, oh wow, I'm getting tired early. 8, oh my God. Oh, it's 8, it's 8. 7. 8. 9. Oh wait, this is supposed to be 8. I have to do one more on my left or my OCD will really bother me. Oh wow. Lateral raise is done. One more set of tricep overhead, and then we just got the tricep pushdowns, and then we're done. I love working out, but it's nice when you're like almost done. 10, wow, I'm getting really tired. 11, come on, we got 12. Come on. Oh, 12. Oh, wow, that was so hard. Getting tired, so it's like, I should have dropped the weight, but I didn't. 11, last one. 12, hold it. I was gonna do 4 each of the tricep, but I don't think it's necessary. I can feel how I feel right now, and like those last ones felt so much weaker than when I started, so I think these guys are just about cooked already. I don't know what big triceps honestly even are supposed to look like. I don't even know what I'm going for either. Megan asked me that. She's like, how big are you trying to get? And I was like, I don't know. I feel like I'll know it when I see it. I don't want to look weird. I don't want to look like a Ninja Turtle or something. I want my legs to be way bigger than they are now for sure, so I don't look like Johnny Bravo. And then after that, I'm really not sure. The push downs. Everybody's favorite tricep exercise. You can do push downs one arm at a time too, and I do, but I'm also feeling like kind of ready to be done. So it'll take exactly half as long if I just do them together. So this is only 15 pounds, but I just want to make sure that my pulley feels good. I try to keep my elbows locked. Yeah, I don't remember how much I did last time. Let me see what 40 pounds feels like. I'm not gonna check the notes because I don't think it even matters. I'm so tired right now that I don't think I'll be able to do what I did last. 1, yeah, that feels about right. 2. 12, wow. 13. 14, 15, it's 15. Usually when I do those push downs, I do them with the rope thing and pull it down, but I'm just trying to do different stuff. I don't know. I don't want to get too comfortable. Ignore me. Ooh, I guess I could actually put my weights away so that I don't get annoyed at myself like I did today. If you guys want to know about any of the equipment I own, it is all pretty trash, but I will link you on Amazon or whatever. I do have a couple things that are really specific, like the bench. Like this bench is terrible, to be honest, but I wanted one that folded up really small so that when we go on road trips or whatever, I can just toss it in the car along with my dumbbells, and I have like a travel gym setup that's really small. So I can't say I recommend this bench in general. Like it's pretty cheap and wobbly, but for traveling, it folds up very small, which is what I was after. Oh. How many did I do last time? 15, let's go up to 45. literally just so that I can do less reps and be done sooner. The form on this one also stresses me out, so if you see something wrong, please feel free to tell me, because I'm probably doing something wrong. 11, 12, 13. Oh, it's 13. My arms feel like they're falling off of my body. It feels weird. How many times am I gonna drink out of that water bottle? There's nothing in it. Only one more, and we all done. I really can't tell if I'm gonna be able to pull off content based around this. It depends on how much time it takes away, because working out already is taking time away from work, but I usually bounce around. Like, I'll be editing and I'll run in here and do a set and then go back and keep editing. And I guess I could still do that, just leave the camera in here. So it's not like it would take any extra work. And I also am probably not gonna work on editing this during the day. I'll probably throw it together after the kids are in bed or something. So if it's the kind of thing where it doesn't take time away from anything else and people are watching it, then I don't see any reason not to make it, unless it's so awful, like the content is so bad that it shouldn't be out there. I mean, if I could get paid for working out the same way I get paid for making other videos, that'd be great. Who wouldn't like that, you know? Last set, yay. Just pretend like I found a good angle for this. I'm too tired to try. Can you see? You can see, enough. 10, 11, come on, 12, 13, oh no, it's not, it's 13, it's not 14. All right, so there's the whole workout in its entirety. Maybe I'm tripping, but I felt like I did lower weights this workout than I've done before. If you work out, let me know in the comments if you ever have days that are like that, where you're like, why am I weaker today? But I don't necessarily care. As long as I'm going till failure, then I feel like my muscles are gonna get stronger. And that's the only reason I'm here, not to show off my numbers or some dumb toxic male masculinity thing. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Leave some comments. Since this is a second channel, maybe I'll be able to see more comments. I could start flipping through some of the comments during the rest times while I'm waiting. I probably won't put them on the screen because that would be editing and I don't have time to do that. But anyways, let me know what you thought about this content. I love y'all. See you in the next video. Have a bye 5.